Alright everyone, it's been a really hard day. So, this is what's happening in our downtown. We're at a champagne place. Is this acceptable? Shows here, but we have we don't have a stage here, but this is our studios. There's one studio there, one studio there, and a few more upstairs. And this is the hallway to the women's dressing rooms right here. Good morning. We are getting ready for class. There are 3 classes going on at the same time because there's 80 some dancers in the company, so nowadays we have 3 classes of mixed women and men. And class starts at 10 o'clock this morning. This is my spot. I love this cream. I use it almost every day basically, before class or rehearsal or show. It's really good. Gets my muscles activated and warm and kills some of the pain. This is the current state of my pointe shoes. It's not pretty. I don't know how long I've been wearing them. These are Gainer Minden. But I kind of switch between shoes, but these I've had for ages. And it gets a bit dangerous, so I sew it back. Today it's a bit messy. But it's healthier for my feet to wear older shoes that I can control, and because I have some pain in my tendons and for now, for the rep we're doing, it's more comfortable to wear these. So there you go, real life. Class is finished for today, and now I have my post-class smoothie. I don't always have it, but today a protein powder, vegan, some banana, strawberries. Looks great, doesn't it? And this morning I was supposed to rehearse Eden by Wayne McGregor, and instead we have an emergency. We have some injured people, so for the show tonight we need to replace them in Swan Lake. So now there's going to be a pas de six rehearsal. In John Cranko's version there's a pas de six in Act 1 with 5 girls and Prince Siegfried, and so that's what we're going to do, and afterwards we're going to rehearse the Swan Corps as well to replace people and do last minute adjustments. This is the last rehearsal before lunchtime. It's Wayne McGregor, Eden. The men are working now with our repetitor. And I'm finished for the day. Not for the day. I finished at 2 o'clock, and we have a performance at 7 tonight, Swan Lake. We always have 5 hours between when there's a performance. I'm just going in for physio. This is one of the physio rooms that we use. There's one bed, and there's another one with a magnet machine, and there's ultrasound and laser as well. Okay, so first I'm gonna use the ultrasound machine. Luckily we can come and use it whenever we need to, and we know what setting to put it on. So I'm just gonna start it and talk as I start. I've got some swollen tendons, some inflammation in my tendons, in my ankle, and also some shin splints up here because we just went on tour to Barcelona about 2 weeks ago with Swan Lake, and we were there for a week, and the floor on the stage there was quite hard, so a lot of us ended up with pain in our shins. There's a lot of jumping, and also I danced the Swan Corps in 2nd and 4th act, and there's a lot of standing on the side, waiting on one leg forever, so that tends to cause a lot of cramps, a lot of inflammation in the ankles. So for me, ultrasound in combination with laser helps me tremendously. It reduces the swelling, the mobility's better. So I try to do it every day, about 4 or 5 minutes of ultrasound, and the same for laser on each ankle. Yeah, I try to do it every day. Okay, so ultrasound is done, and now I'm using the laser gun. Yeah, ultrasound is meant to reduce inflammation, and I believe this one helps get the blood moving and tissue to regenerate faster. I feel a big difference, and I love the combination of the two, so I'm gonna just let it sit there for a while. Okay, so I'm leaving work now. It's been a long morning, I'm tired. We have a break before the show now, so I'm gonna go home, eat some lunch, and hopefully take a nap and see if I can do it. Yeah, and then go to the theater and get ready. On my way to the theater, my tram is here, so I gotta run. Alright, so I've arrived near the theater, and this is not the theater, this is the National Museum. And it's beautiful, it's just been renovated, it has new gardens, it's gorgeous. And right beside it, over there, is the artist's entrance to the theater. And this is the back of the building. You don't actually see, this is the State Opera in Prague. You don't actually see the front of it. This is where we have studios over there and dressing rooms for the studios. And then you have to cross underground to get to the actual backstage and theater area. And this is also another part of the National Museum. So it's two things in one. Luckily, I live 5 minutes by tram from the State Opera. At Czech National Ballet, we don't, our studios are not in the same place as where we perform. So our studios are downtown near the river, and we perform at the State Opera, at the National Theatre, and Estates Theatre, New Stage. We have a bunch of different theaters and stages that we perform on, which is kind of nice. They all look different. They're all some bigger, some smaller. So now I've arrived backstage. So at the State Opera, there's a very famous Czech restaurant at the stage entrance, at the artist's entrance backstage. This is the restaurant, and that's where I'm gonna go in. Okay, so this is the artist's entrance, and here we have to sign our names for every show. And this is the program, Swan Lake. I'm dancing Pas de Six tonight in the first act, and also the Swan Corps and the Tarantella dance in Act 3. Let's go. I think tonight and for the rest of the season we're gonna have 50% capacity, 50% audience, and it's always sold out in Prague, so even the 50% has been completely sold out. Going to get ready now, okay? All right, here we have the dressing rooms and my costumes for tonight. Swans, that's Pas de Six from Act 1. And pointe shoe is ready. Hairpiece for Pas de Six, for Swans. And the view is the Prague Central train station. We have a TV in the dressing room to see the stage. Look at the backdrop. Not the backdrop, the curtain. It's just beautiful. Okay, so makeup and hair is done. It took me about 25 minutes. It looks darker on the video than in reality. We have a makeup room downstairs where you can go and get your hair and makeup done, but I prefer to do it myself because it's kind of like a stress relief and helps me get rid of my nerves. and be doing something rather than sit and wait for somebody to do my makeup. So I quite enjoy the process, so I always do it myself. That's it. And usually before the show I like to really roll and stretch for a while and then do a bar, sometimes full bar, sometimes half a bar, but I like a lot of tendus, a lot of fifth position. And yeah, before I put my costume on and go downstairs, I like to do my warm-up close to the start of the show. Okay, so while I'm rolling, I'm gonna talk. I have a golf ball. I'm rolling my back. My back is super tight and my glutes. Some people before the show, they like to put their costume on early and go on stage and try on their pointe shoes and rehearse their choreography a couple times. I personally like to get really quiet before the show. I like to find a quiet space with nobody around, or put music on and really slow down. It's important for me to really slow down because I can get really nervous no matter how small the part I'm doing is. So I need to get my heart rate down. I need to stretch out, warm up very slowly and in a healthy and therapeutic way for the body. Not hurry into anything. Make sure I'm warm, but not exhausted. And then I have the confidence that once I'm there, I can put my costume and pointe shoes on and I will be fine. I prefer not to, usually, maybe I'll try a turn or something, but I prefer not to be in costume and ready and rehearsing stuff before the show because it gets me exhausted and gives me leg cramps, and I prefer to do the work before, and before the show, slow down, relax, and start the show in a calm way.